Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Borderlands 3. We are showcasing another fantastic build, which is super unconventional for FLAK. Kinda, not really, but a little bit. So FLAK, every build that I've always seen from him, I've seen a couple of these on the side, but nothing quite like this. Not at like Mayhem 10 scaling, so things are a lot more, they die faster, but also you die a little bit faster, so it's kind of a give and take. But a lot of times when you see FLAK builds, it's all about like going into fadeaway, doing all that kind of stuff, which this one is too to some extent, but this one plays with a lot more insanity than the others, I think. Which is called Radiation FLAK by J-Dults. And this seems so fun. Not only that, but he gives us a bunch of weapons to play with and mess around with, which is so fun. As well as he gives us one of these weapons I never actually got to play with at the beginning of Borderlands, which this weapon used to be able to kill every boss in one shot back when that was not a thing, when most builds couldn't do that. You just chuck this grenade and it would just, if you got it at the perfect place underneath them, it would just blitz them down to nothing, which is hella fantastic. But this one is actually, it kind of gives it a little bit, it's the same power just because we're buffing so much of the elemental radiation damage and all that stuff. So as you guys can see, we have rad annoyance on every single gun that we have. We also have the shield that projects this radiation aura around us, which is really cool. In fact, I don't know if I have enough physics. Yeah, no, I do. You see that, like little twinkling fireflies all around us? That's radiation, baby. We're Chernobyl in this bitch. Anyways, so that's fantastic. I always want to mess around with the shield, and if the only thing is with this build is we can't apply any other element. But because we're dealing so much of just radiation damage, it's enough to get you where you need to be, which is things dying. But yes, this basically projects, it has really low shield, but it projects this giant thing that chews away people. I believe when it also explodes, it also has a nova, which is fantastic. As well as we have this, which is also fantastic. It's that bomb I was telling you guys about. And then we have this, which is bonus elemental damage when we actually have a radiation proc on us, which, by the way, this gives us immunity to all radiation damage, which is why we're going to be able to use some guns that would otherwise kill FLAK and many of the other characters in this game. Also, we're running a deathless, meaning we have no shield, or we have all shield but no health, as well as a bunch of different bonuses like radiation damage, area effect damage, all that good stuff. Now, the main damage source, besides the guns, which is fantastic, the main damage source is this weapon right here. And essentially, it plays with a weird kind of snake eating its own tail bit of business. But essentially, when you overheat this thing, it explodes, doing a giant nova, which will down you usually. But now, this is all radiation damage, so if you have a radiation equivalent of this, it will not kill you if you have the red card, or red suit, sorry. So instead, you can just keep proccing this. Now, the thing that's funny with this is if you keep meleeing, it will keep detonating the overcharged thing. So you'll try to like repair your gun, and you'll hit, and you'll just keep being able to get it. As for our class mod, yeah, we got Gamma Burst. When Gamma Burst is active, our pet will continually taunt enemies, giving us an insane amount of survivability, which is awesome. As well as our pet has cooldown, so we can keep spamming his attack commands and all that fun stuff. As well as we're doing the whole fadeaway business, where we basically, as soon as we get critical hits, we're going to get our cooldown or action scope back faster, and we have fadeaway going constantly. Yeah, I believe right here we have fadeaway, but we're better off having Gamma Burst, I believe. I think. Yeah, because that's what this is. I think it's when you're fighting bosses, you go the other one, but when you want to mob, you go with this. I think. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. I watched the video a long time ago and I downloaded the save, so don't hate me. I'm sorry. Yeah, we also have some survivability perks here, sharing damage, bonus to pet abilities. Pet can pick us up. Also, pet reflects damage back at enemies. That's so good, especially considering they're going to be shooting the shit out of my pet as soon as he's in Gamma Burst, and Gamma Burst lasts such a long time. But without further ado, let's go kill shit. This, I think, is just going to be a fun bit of business. But again, if you're fighting bosses and you just want to kill them a little bit faster, and again, we're at a beautiful place in Borderlands, which I'm so happy with. Which we're at a place where it's like you can either kill the boss with relative ease, or you can one-shot him, and I love that. I love that that's the rock in a hard place that we're under. So we're gonna mess around with Athena, and it says Heck is available to us. So I just don't know if Heck is actually like revving to go. That's not good. We should have summoned our thing. Let's summon our pet so that we don't get downed immediately. Also, let's do this. We overheat this gun, and then we're gonna. Well, no, we're gonna keep doing that. Okay, it's getting a little crazy. You're gonna come heal me, buddy. Yeah, so if we keep meleeing, nope, I got off the heal. We gotta overheat again. And also, there's a lot of barrels which will kill you. In most builds, it'll kill you. See, we're gonna keep detonating. We're gonna keep detonating. Boom. If we just get a little close, things absolutely die. Also, I think that's just us. existing with our radiation damage. Oh, but that'll get me. That's probably what killed me that one time. Although we do not have a lot of survivability. Again, it's more of the build where you are just kill everything so fast before it kills you kind of vibe, which is awesome. Who doesn't love that? And again, our pet already is back because of the whole critical weirdness where when we get critical hits, we get our cooldown reduced, and it's so fun. Again, this is my kind of thing. I don't like builds where it's just like, you do a lot of crit damage, so just go into fadeaway and that's it. And I'm like, fun, cool, and all that. But this is insanity. This is straight up insanity. Also, we don't do bad damage either. We want to overheat as soon as possible. Gonna do that. Keep meleeing. Keep meleeing. See, we'll just keep novaing. So every time this thing overheats, and we're rejecting its ability to actually repair itself, to where it's just gonna keep novaing every time it breaks. But barrels are the worst. Barrels will just kill us instantly, and it's very annoying. And I might have just killed myself. Let's switch to this. There we go. Okay, so then there's this gun, and this gun is also insanity. So this is one of those guns that's pretty sketch because every single time you, basically you can just kill yourself basically with it because it ends up having such a high AoE, but we're basically immune to radiation damage, so it doesn't actually kill us. But if we're playing Moes with any sort of splash damage, anything, it will wreck us really bad. But also, it's a bit seezy. It's a bit like I'm gonna have a seizure, even if I don't have some sort of thing where I can't see flashes. What is it called? Epilepsy, something like that. That's, oh my god, that sounds like a nightmare. I feel like everything would be a horror movie to you, except it's all worse. It's all significantly worse than just being jump scared. It's you literally going into a whole bit of business. Anyways, boom. So as you guys can see, it takes a little while for those things to pop off, but when they do, they chew through a lot. And in fact, I think we gotta have this to activate our anoints. And all that stuff, but sometimes, yeah, there we go. So yeah, something needs to happen with our pet out and about in order for us to get that kind of ridiculous damage. But let's jump over here. Also, let me tell you to go fight over there, and let's go fight this guy. Boom. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god, woof. That is so awesome. Oh, J-Dolts knows how to just craft some sort of insanity. Also, we already have our cooldown back for our other thing, which is awesome. That's so cool. Do one of those, we'll just chuck that, boom, 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 boom. Also, we're just, again, everything that's around us is just getting blitzed. And then there are fun things that he put in here just other than, like, this is the main effective weapon for range, and this is the main effective weapon just for, like, crazy damage, because we'll keep novaing, even though you can't really see it. And when we, that's what it was, by the way, we do a lot of damage when we actually have, when we're affected by an element, and of course, we irradiate ourselves plenty. Also, this is one of my favorite guns that exists in the game. It's so fun. It's Moxie made a build with it a while ago, which I loved, but it's called the Tiggs Boom. But you can get it with 18 pellets, and every single time a pellet impacts, there's a chance that one of those, that it spawns a meteor that comes crashing down. So you'll have ones where you're shooting an enemy and nothing will happen, but then you'll have other times where you'll just make it rain with like 60 meteors, and it feels so good. Also, it's a shotgun, so it just sends people flying. It does have a pretty tiny magazine, which is a little bit less good, but you know. That's why Moe's is good with this, because she was able to regenerate her magazine. Also, again, we just do good base damage because FLAK is nuts. He always has been, honestly. Also, that's the grenade we can chuck, and it'll just start spewing out other bombs. See? Boop, 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 boop. It's not crazy, the grenade, I don't think. Actually, that's not true. I think the grenade can be a bit bonkers if you really build for it. But I just love the fact that Gamma Burst is basically always active. Like, just as soon as this ends. Well, it's actually frozen, which is not good. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, it's frozen. Maybe that's a weird thing where every time you get a critical shot, it can come back. So you can really like force push, otherwise it will not. Yeah, I guess that's what's happening. I can't explain it, but usually your cooldown will only come back when it's done, but because we're like shaving off cooldown while it's up, it's kind of breaking it in a way to where it's not like letting it load all the way, but it is basically coming back just because you're forcing it to. But I do love just the red suit idea. In fact, I would really love to see if Moe's could play with this kind of build. If you built her for like TDRs and Tiggs Booms, if that would be a thing, you know, and you could have a lot of fun with that, because it seems like they're kind of relatively similar. Again, we want to always have her pet up though, because if he's not, then we're not going to have as much damage. Or sorry, we're going to get downed immediately because we don't have that much armor or resistance. And he's always taunting, which means, yeah. Also, our pets now deal a hefty amount of damage, so he's no longer just some sort of slouch, which is awesome. And again, if you want to get a little crazy, you don't have to use this, but you can. Again, it's so cool just seeing meteors just devour your enemy as soon as you shoot them. It's the best. Although again, FLAK has always been like damage character. At the most he's been squishy. That's his only weakness. But with his new skill tree, which he's one of the only characters we got to see the new skill tree for, it's gonna be brutal because they basically gave him a tank skill tree. Also, I think his loader bot pet is just gonna be insane. I could totally see that loader bot pet being insane. Yeah, look at that damage. Nothing. We're on Mayhem 10. Barrel or something. Something hit me. Please, my pet. My beautiful pet. Also, I think I could summon my pet and he would actually pick me up. Also, I could if I was better at shooting. But I have too much faith in my pet. Also, if you just want to have a little bit more of a crazy time, you can just chuck a couple of these and it'll just be insanity. Yeah. And I think we do have a cut purse on our character, which means we can basically get all of our ammo back, so you can just spam this for forever. And just make everything easy mode in the house. And also chuck this so you have a little more survivability. Keep chucking that. Boom, 8 million damage on a bad day. I'm stuck. There we go. Also, I think I could shoot the ground with this and not kill myself. Oh, there's always a badass. Boop. So yeah, that'll kill you. But anyways, if I was like, oh shit, I'm out of ammunition, or why am I wasting so much of my bullets? J-Dills is always a total bro about it, and he always includes one of these, which means basically all you gotta do is jump down, smash, and these little tiny things will refill your rockets, like a lot. Yeah, look at that. Max rockets. That easy. Moe's, eat your heart out. Everyone has unlimited ammunition at this point. It's such a cool thing. And then you can just switch back, and that's it. Easy peasy. But you'll want to keep that elemental damage one on there because that's a good bit of why we're staying alive, as well as dealing so much damage. As well as we can do this. We're just going to run over to Trant. We're going to say hello, and we're just going to blow up right in his face. In his face. Also, you can keep throwing grenades to cancel your thing as well if you're not down with the whole... What is happening? Oh, I think Trant just one-shot me because I have no armor. That's what's happening. But I can still do this. Look at, and dead. Yeah. As long as we keep melee. I will say it's a bit weird, like not as satisfying with the... Yeah, we overheated. But yeah, when you overheat, it's kind of finicky a little bit. If you guys know what I'm trying to say. So like, you think it should blow up on break. But it's because we were canceling it, it almost just like, oh right, I should be broken, and then kind of flails and quickly does it, and you're like, okay, sure, I guess. Anyway, let's go to the hack. I didn't even know that was open. Hopefully, actually, things are there for us to fight and beat down. Unless it's not. In that case, well, I don't know. No, it isn't. Well, that's weird. Why does it say it's available? Maybe it's like, it could be. It might appear. I mean, it's near Halloween, which is crazy to think Borderlands is already like a year and a half old or something. That's ridiculous. But anyways, let's go to the place where I feel like is the best. Like, Athena's is good, but to me, I don't know what it is, but it's like the main thing for me where I feel like if it can survive here, then it's pretty damn strong. But in Gehenna, near the, what is it called? Something peaks? Ashfall peaks? Sorry, blew on the mic. But if it can survive here in this, like, I don't know, I just find there's so many enemies in this place, and it's just, I feel like I'm almost getting shot in the back of the head and just killed. Like, if it can survive here, then it can survive anywhere. But I also think that this build is less about it being super survivable and more about you needing to kill things fast. Like, that's the whole basis of it. It's just like, keep shooting, and everything will die. But if you stop shooting, you can die. Things need to die before they can deal damage to you, which has always been my preferred thing for survivability, which is why I like glass cannon builds so much. It's because it's like, okay, I could build to be really resilient. I could also build for having health regen, or what if I put it all into damage and just shoot you like a lot, like a lot. But well, hear me out, a lot, and you don't get to do any harm to me because you're dead by the time you raise your gun, right? Something like that. With that being said, I've always played Moes with like bloodletter, which means you're basically a tank. Whop! All right, yeah, didn't pop off enough, but we'll get up in a minute here. Pop! There we go. And now we're also radiated, which is crazy. We can all shoot the ground, boom, because we're immune. We're immune. Also, we're fast as hell. Let's switch to this, and melee, and pop, and melee, and pop, and melee, and pop. Oh, right, do I have to, because I fast traveled, is it no longer procking? Because yeah, no, that's the other thing, which I should show you guys. So let's switch back to our shotgun. Where is it? So there's this guy right here. If I'm near you, we're dealing 2 damage just by existing because of the red suit. And I can just shoot you twice and get you dead. But But because we're wearing red suit, which puts a giant like radiation dot around us, and I believe radiation, basically novas and stuff like that, where like just by being around you kills enemies, that basically gets mayhem scaling. So that's why we're doing 3 million on like when we, it doesn't make sense why we're doing that much. Let's do that. Let's throw some of the bombs. Let's just get right up close to people, because again, we radiation damage does not hurt us, so we can be in the thick of it and be fine. Meteor can come crashing down on us and be absolutely fine. That was something that you needed to be a little bit careful with Moe's, because you down yourself with that one build that she has. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about, my dude. We chuck a couple of these, everything's gonna die around us. If you can get this right underneath the feet of a boss, I believe it does like obliterate them. Fucking barrels are your only enemy here, and it sucks. Shoot this a couple times. My buddy's gonna heal me up. Good job, buddy. Why aren't you summoning forth meteors? Weird. Am I just getting super unlucky, or do you not count? Oh, there we go. Finally summoned a meteor. Weird. Yeah. Oh, I think my thing was down, my cooldown, so we gotta shoot him again. Again, oh, there we go. We can summon this. This will be in a little trouble. Again, this is the main thing of the build, just running around, letting this Nova chew people up. It's super, honestly, it's too much. But anyways, we're also healing from our boy. Let's go over to this is also the main thing as well. This thing, we just keep shooting, and we're just gonna be fine, because it's a little bit ranged, which is pretty insane. So that one's, like, this is super close range. As long as we keep Nova-ing, we'll keep popping. But this is if you're, like, downed and you need to get up, or, honestly, this is just good, all things considered. Like, this is not bad at all. We're just gonna shoot this from a long range. We're gonna have a little epileptic seizure a little bit. It's a lot. And bang! And bang. Also, it's not a slow reload, and again, we're basically have a radiation dot on us, which is giving us our elemental bonuses, which is just going right back into that radiation damage, and it's pretty nuts. And that whole time we didn't have our dog up, which again, as long as you're like, again, with this gun you can be all the way back and be a-okay. But if you can survive here, you can survive anywhere. This place is, I don't know why, like Athena, I rarely go down in Athena. This place, I find myself being like, oh shit, oh god, I'm half health. What? Oh, I'm dead. Oh my god, guess some people snuck up on me. Also, I like the scenery here. I like the whole woodsy feel. It gives me like that cabin fever business. It's solid. That thing takes a little while to go down. Also, goddamn electrical bullshit. Also, the rate. Look at this. I bet. Yeah. We got up by a second win. That's how crazy the radiation for this is. I have no health. I have 1 health. Quite literally, exactly 1 health. So I'm not doing well. Give me all this tiny little. It says I'm full health. Oh, I am. I am technically full health. That is true. That is true, unfortunately. There we go. Shield's coming right back up. Good. All right, let's try to beat this person specifically with our grenades. And again, our thing comes back so perfectly. Again, this is our like bread and butter of how to survive. Because people will just focus your bot, or your puppy, sorry, your skag, or whatever creature you summoned. So we're just gonna chuck some of these at you. All right, we want to blow it up on impact. So we want to get really close and chuck it at their face. Otherwise, it'll bounce a couple times, and that's fine. See, there we go. Bang, bang, bang. Look at that. Dead, dead immediately. Oh, you're a thing? Check this out. Bop, and it's gonna blow up. Dead, dead, dead. Amazing. Love the build immensely. Now. I wanted to basically cover my ground, so I do need to still show you guys a build that you guys could have a lot of fun with for Zane, because at this point I'm kind of like, you know what, I'm kind of just the arbiter of like, hey, you should fucking play this. Just go check out this guy who made this cool thing. Go look at it. But I haven't been giving a lot of love to Zane, but Zane is also one of the strongest, like, Zane is always, after his like 1 buff and that 1 class mod that they gave him, he's been relatively immensely fine. He hasn't been in a bad place at all. Whereas to me, this is very fun. Like, this whole build is my favorite thing when it comes to builds in Borderlands. Like, I don't really care about being able to like one-shot a boss if I throw this pistol at him 7 times and debuff him and then switch to this one gun and then boom, he's dead. I'm like, all right, sure, but like there's nothing. It's just like scaling damage more and more, you know. Whereas this, it's like, well, what if we just kept proccing this Nova over and over and over again, making you basically immune and doing crazy damage because Novas are now scaled to Mayhem 10. Awesome, really creative, as well as you're immune to radiation damage now, so you can basically use this one gun that has insane chaotic ability of just downing you, but now that you're invincible to radiation, you can do enough damage, and because you're FLAK, you do enough damage to not to need fire, electricity, and all these other weird mods on your grenade and shield and all this other stuff, and that is awesome. And again, I just think it's really fun. And I say the same thing with like, okay, well, we have a lot of damage, but how do we survive? Well, there's this class mod that a lot of people use, and it's basically a gamma FLAK, but whenever you activate Gamma Burst, you're basically immune because enemies are going to constantly be focusing on your pet and not you. And because we have certain critical mods, we're basically able to get back our Gamma Burst immediately. And not only that, but now there's better, not great, but better scaling for pets. So now your pet can actually deal some damage as well. And I'm like, that all sounds fantastic. It would sound even better if, and only if, you have the loader bot, which actually I think can have like, it can start shooting missile salvos, which to me I think would be like, okay, please take away the melee ability of your pets, because it feels really not like useless. Like the amount of times my pet's just like stomp. I'm just like, could you just stop or like spit at him? Just spit at him. I don't want you to do any melee. Just spit, please. That'd be a lot better than you doing this weird clunky AI thing. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for your time. Let me do this, just to get a thumbnail for this badass looking creature. Oh my god, look at that, look at that. Oh my god, he's so bright. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time as always. Subscribe button to my right, actually, as well as 2 videos further that way. Check those out if you so desire. I have one build that I'm very excited to make, which is why I said I'm sorry that we're not going to be uploading a Zane build just yet. We will, but I really want to show you guys this Moe's build. I know I love Moe's too much, but anyways, thank you so much, and hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.